Yeah, man, this is Danny Dreadlock telling you, say, the time has come for the lion story to be heard, you know? Here, there, and everywhere. Have no fear. Lion story. One, this is the lion voice. Seeing production. Every time.
What do you have to tell the people about Rastafari?
Light to the world. The king of kings and the conquering line of the tribe of Judah. And let himself, where's rightful ruler? Hey yo! Yeah, hear them high, hear the black king on the 23rd of July. So tell them guy who praise God up in the sky, it's a lie. The Almighty living on your night. From ancient time them a try. Them Romans know them just open them suit and ties. Criminals ain't got no alibi, they stole my people. Then them comes without them genocide.
Are you talking about slavery?
Them couldn't kill the lion way come conquer Judah tribe.
Who?
Go through tribulation, and I strive, see sufferation, and I still rise. That's why we tell them in America, live Rastafari in every ghetto area. We come if you tell them in a Toronto, straight at evil.
That being said, we have a very serious topic for today's episode. Today's episode, we're going to be looking at the crisis in Ethiopia, but from a different perspective. Because we're gonna, we like to talk about Ethiopian history. Check out our Ethiopian history playlist, where we go into some of the history. We just passed August 17th, which was the Earthstrong of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, but also the Earthstrong of Emperor Menelik II and Empress Taitu, and also Crown Prince Zeriakob. So, a very important day for Rastafari, but Emperor Menelik in particular, along with Empress Taitu, are key figures, and some of the current conflict that's happening in Ethiopia today, we can trace some of those roots to that period, and we're going to go do a deep dive the next, we're going to do a series. This is going to be part one. As Rastafari, we look at Ethiopia as the throne room. I had someone comment, why do we take all of this attention to West Africa and why we're not dealing with Ethiopia? Fair question, because we talk about the Lion of the tribe of Judah. We exalt Ethiopia, the throne of David, and all of things. And I responded to them that that's the throne room, Ghana's the gateway. So we're just returning home. So we're coming through the gateway, but that doesn't mean that we have any less love or resolve for Ethiopians. To my Ethiopian brothers and sisters who may be watching this, please know that this is not a political channel. We don't take sides in politics. We stand for one Ethiopia. I was reasoning with a brethren of mine who, inside on the Amhara side, my network is vast. So we know all kind of people. Someone very close to the situation, and I was just reiterating our Rastafari position. We stand for a united Ethiopia. Amhara cannot live without the Oromo, cannot live without Tigray, cannot live without the Goragi, cannot live without the peoples of the southern regions. It's one Ethiopia, and we must come together to make it so. And this was the vision of His Majesty. So as Rastafari, we cannot go any less, and we cannot let them trick us into the civil war, which seems to be unfolding right now in Ethiopia. Some dreadful things are happening. I want to just play a little small clip of the situation and then come forward and we reason on it just to give some context. But I'm going to again use the history and then we'll build up to what the response needs to be, or what the position of I and I need to take as a Rastafari family as we're looking at this current conflict, because we want to make sure that we're informed and that we know about the nuance as we discuss those things, and that we're sensitive to both sides, both our Oromo brethren and sistren, our Amhara brethren and sistren, Tigray brethren and sistren, Eritrean brethren and sistren. We love all the same, Somali, because it's one Ethiopia. Somalis are part of the Ethiopian empire because the people of Harar, that Ogaden region, are Somali ethnically. So all of these nations are part of the empire. I use the word empire because we have an emperor, Emperor Haile Selassie, and if you look at the revised constitution, it says the Empire of Ethiopia. So by law, these things were put in place, and an empire is a collection of nations, not just one nation. A collection of nations, king of all kings. So let's take a look at the clip, and then we come forward and reason.
Ethiopia has plunged into a state of political crisis. This as the government declared a 6-month emergency in second largest region of Amhara on Friday. The decision comes on the heels of a week-long unrest which has spiraled into one of the most serious security crises in Ethiopia. Tensions in the region have been sparked by clashes between the country's military and the local Fano militia. Reports say that these clashes were triggered when the Ethiopian National Defense Force launched an operation to push Fano fighters out of Kobo and other areas in Amhara. Fano militiamen then seized the holy town of Lalibela, which is home to a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Authorities at the center took this decision after Amhara's regional government requested additional help to impose order in that region. But these clashes are not a spur-of-the-moment incident. Early in April, Fano fighters took part in a week of violent protests across Amhara after Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed had ordered security forces from the country's 11 regions to be integrated into the police force or national army. The protesters felt that the directive was meant to weaken Amhara, an accusation which the federal government had denied. Fano is a part-time militia group which is said to have no formal command structure. Previously an ally of the forces, the group had backed federal troops during a 2-year civil war in the neighboring Tigray region that ended with a truce last November.
So you can see by the clip there that Ethiopia is on the verge of civil war, and there's the group called Fano, which in Amharic means the youth or volunteer soldier, and they took this name from the people who rose up with His Majesty to fight against the Italians. So the Amhara are very pro Haile Selassie. So I've seen things circulating online, and I know some of our Rastafari brethren very excited. They're flying the Lion of Judah flag, all of these things, and I see these things, and I'm very cautious, because while we love Lion of Judah flag, while we love the pro Haile Selassie and the pro Solomonic dynasty, we do not desire to see Ethiopia split. We do not desire to see a civil war. These things need to be discussed and mediated peacefully, because the money that it's going to take to fund the arms that are going to have to be pumped in, the development that's going to be delayed, to fight this war, only people that are going to benefit are the arms dealers, and none of them are Africans. So we don't want war. His Majesty took a militant stand against war, refusing to fight the Derg, even when he had the resources, the loyal soldiers, the manpower to do so. And this was to send a message to I and I as his children that the time for war has ended among the righteous. There comes a time for war, yes, we rise up against the Italians, but not against our brothers. Someone have to stop the cycle to break the generational curse of war. Because war is a curse. And His Majesty took a militant stand, which is why we hail him without apology. Behold the upright and mark the perfect man, for the end of this man is peace. His Majesty fulfilled these things with his action. So, one of the things, as the item know, I am an author. And one of the root causes of the animosity between the Oromo and the Amhara comes from the time of Emperor Menelik, when there was a vast expansion happening in the empire, and Emperor Menelik decided to conquer the Oromo nations to the south, to bring them into the nation rather than have the British or the Italians or some other foreign power conquer these nations first. And this is why, and there were some bloody conflicts, RC, certain regions that were very bloody. Menelik did not fight personally in most of these battles. It was fought by his generals, but nonetheless, he was the emperor. He gave the orders. Menelik is also a man of war who fought on the battlefield, famously in the Battle of Harar with Ras Makonnen and other battles as well. So this is part of what brings the animosity. So since we just celebrated Menelik's Earthstrong, Empress title Earthstrong, I said let's do a deep dive into the life of Emperor Menelik, part of our Ethiopian history series, and then we come up and then we'll look at this current conflict and see where does this conflict really arise from, and then we're gonna also see the conflict with Tigray, how that branches off. When we look at it from a historical conflict, we see that these nations have been at war for hundreds of years.
Well, the leaders of the world have failed in their responsibility to lead the youths them to a brighter future. Well, I hear the conquering line of the tribe of Judah, Earth's rightful ruler. I just way Rastafari crowd, unconquerable. Me come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down to far right, it's uncle you. Me come to tell them about the way Rastafari crowd, unconquerable. Me come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down to far right, it's uncle you. Me come to tell them about Olipa Palace intrigue, infighting between Solomon seed. Well, Empress title want her family to lead. Well, King Michael want him son to lead, but King Michael now watch the orphan married to him niece, who get up every day and a study and a read. He work and he pray every day. He achieve. Them say you're the leader. Every nation need a just way Rastafari crown, unconquerable. Me come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down to far right, it's uncle you. Me come to tell them about the way Rastafari crown, unconquerable. Me come to tell them about Babylon, they're falling down to far right, it's uncle you. Well, Ras Michael, son was having a good time when he should mind the affairs of the state, cause he's descended from the great line of Menelik II. But he's stepping on toes of his elders, treat his women like hoes, he exposed. Now we working with the Ottoman Turks, say he's descending from Muhammad, but that's not how this works. See, the crown was anointed by the Orthodox Church, so if you are ruling as I don't have to put Christ first.
I have to take some time and big up my sponsor, CMOS. Big up CMOS. Refreshing, nice, give you the spice that you need to make things nice. Exercise, vibration, vibrant. Big up the CMOS for supporting the platform. Ramia King Design. You see me have my straw. We have our interview with Queen Mother Moses, live we did, was a little controversial, but we give thanks same way. You can see me sipping on my Ramia King Design ice water through the interview. So you can see it's functional. We have the Emperor on this one. They have all different designs. Send them an email. They ship. They are at festivals. They're doing all kind of great work. So big up Ramia King Design. Big up CMOS. If you have a small business and you want to advertise with us, send us a message. Ask the Lion Voice. Ask Lion Voice. Send us a message. Let's see how we can do business. We are accepting to send you our sponsorship package. We have affordable rates. Grow with us as we grow. This is the Lion Voice. You can see the merch. Make sure you support the merch. Reading Ras. We're going to be bigger than Michael Jordan. Remember me tell you that. Not everyone can play basketball. Everybody can read. So stay tuned. The Reading Ras merchandise is now available. Get your Reading Ras merchandise. Rastafari live and reign. Forward to the topic.